this is gonna be part 2 of the last video that you should have seen. If you haven't seen that, go see the part 1, come back for the part 2. Part 1 is like the first half of how my mom found out, and then I'm gonna get into part 2 now. But I was on the phone with my mom talking to her about part 1. I was like, I just want to give you a heads up. She's like, oh, you know, are you ready to publicly speak on your sexuality? And I'm like, well, it's not really a secret. So I'm like, why not? You know, I'm like, but it's my truth. So I don't want to live a lie, and I don't want to, you know, it's my truth. So I am going to talk about it, and I'm not ashamed of it. I missed out a few details on part 1, and I was talking to her about it, and she was like, well, she was like, do you remember what I said to you? She basically said the same thing I said, that I can't lie to her. She was like, when I came in that house, I was seeing you, and I knew something was wrong, and I told you to come here. She said I walked up to her, and she put her hand on my chest, and my chest was pounding. And she was like, move out the way. And she opened that closet and she found him. But I didn't remember all of that. Part 2. This person that I was dating, this was the second person that I dated seriously. I also feel like I should tell the whole truth. His mother outed me, but I'll get into that. But this is the same person that I went to LA with, that I was friends for 10 years. We dated like a year or two when we were like 15, 16, and then, you know, we ended that and we've been friends since. No type of romantic anything from then till now, after those 2 years. And that's honest to God. I crossed my heart, hope to die. I wouldn't lie. I have no reason to. But we actually built a really genuine friendship. So that's what really crushed me, because it was like, 1, we dated, 2, we were really good friends, and 3, you stole from me. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. Back to the story. We're gonna call this person, we're gonna call him light skin, because he was light skin. He's mixed, actually. Y'all, most of y'all who know me know who I'm talking about anyways. So, light skin. So at this point, Stevie and my old best friend, Stevie's my cousin, old best friend, are together. And me and, I forgot what I gave the last person nickname. Me and that person, we stopped talking and I started dating light skin. So, you know, I didn't really have to hide my relationship with the 2 closest friends that I had, which was Stevie and my old best friend. Everything was cool. Like, we all hung out. We all, you know, me and this person, we were like really good friends, even outside of dating. Like, you know, we were really good friends. He used to come to my house. I would come to his house. Well, we would come to his house. Me, my old best friend, and another friend. We're not even gonna give her a nickname because I don't really talk to her that much anymore. But yeah, we all hung out. You know, my mom knew who he was. His mom, she didn't know who I was. Well, she knew he was hanging out with his friend, but she didn't have a face with a name. Like, I never, like, met his mom, but he actually met my mom. And, you know, my mom just thought he was my friend. Well, I'm sure my mom knew, but to my knowledge, he was my friend to my mom. I'm just trying to give y'all a background so y'all know what, you know, how everything happened. Light Skin was at the movies with his mother, and, you know, we was texting back and forth, and I'm just like, the whole time, you know, I knew he was at the movies with his mom, but we were texting back and forth. And so his mom was getting upset with him because he was texting during the movie, and he was like on his phone and not really watching the movie. So she was like telling him, like, get off your phone, like, just watch the movie, spend some time with your mom, whatever. And he didn't listen. He was still texting me, so she took his phone away from him. And, you know, mind you, we're texting, so I'm just like, you know, what happened? Like, he just stopped responding or whatever. And then I didn't hear from him for the rest of that day. So in my mind, I was kind of confused as to what was going on, but I was just like, whatever. And the next day, his mother took his phone and she took it to like the carrier or whatever, like Verizon. And Verizon unlocked the phone or showed her the messages, or I think they actually unlocked the phone because she was more upset about the photos that were in the phone and not so the messages. And so she goes through the phone, and mind you, like a week or two prior to this, we had got a hotel room. Mind you, we underage as fuck. But I'm not gonna say who got it because I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. I hope I don't get in trouble. But, you know, I'm grown now, so oh well. We all had a hotel room. It was all four of us. Me, light skin, Stevie, and old best friend. We all in a hotel room. But it was like a double room. It was like a door in the middle, and it was one room on this side and one room on that side. So, you know, for the most part, until like we went to bed and stuff, the door was open. Like we was all hanging out and kicking it or whatever. But there were pictures taken of me and light skin together in the phone. And I feel like it was like one with a kiss on the cheek or maybe one on the lip. I don't know. I don't know I don't remember what the pictures were, but there were pictures. So she goes through the phone after she takes it to the store. They open it, so she's going through it. She sees pictures and she sees text messages, and she finds me, she finds Stevie, and she finds old best friend. She finds us in the messages, and so I feel like it was like 2 days later, because I'm just like telling them like I ain't heard from light skin, and you know I don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm on my way to school. I think I was driving by then because I went to school with them that year. I went to school with, I need to be more specific. I went to school with Stevie and old best friend that year. So I'm driving to school, and I don't think I was the first one to receive a text message. It was one of them two. I don't remember who was first. And I'm like, oh shit. And it was from his mom. His mom texted her like, you know, I'm gonna call the police and blah blah blah, and I don't know who got you underage kids a hotel room and whatever. Like she was going in on us or on them at this time. Who I don't remember which one, but one of them got a message, and she was ruthless. She was being a Karen. Yeah. Anyway, so she, you know, eventually reaches all three of us and sends us different messages, but it's all with the same underlying tone, as in like, you know, she's fed up and she gonna, you know, call the authorities on us. And I'm in high school. I'm scared as fuck. I'm nervous and much like I really wasn't comfortable with, you know, to be like really out about it then. So I'm just like, fuck, like what's gonna happen? I was worried, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, okay, whatever. She wrote us, we gonna brush it off. Like I'm thinking it's going through my mind all day. And then I'm also thinking about how light skin is feeling, and now light skin's mom found out about him, and light skin wasn't even like, if you saw light skin, you wouldn't even think light skin liked guys. In my mind, you know, because everything was good between us until the night at that movie theater. So in my mind, I'm just thinking like, okay, how is he feeling? Like what's going through his head? Like, you know, and I don't have no way to contact him because his mom got the phone. So it's like we don't have no way of communication. So I feel like that same day I got out of school and I came home, and my mother's phone rang. And it was just like, it wasn't like a normal conversation, because she was like, hello? Like trying to figure out who was talking to her or whatever. And, you know, I can tell it wasn't normal, because when she talked to her homegirl, she's like, you know, ha ha, kiki, having fun, like making, you know, jokes and stuff. My mom's a joke, so she's a good time. So it was more like a serious tone conversation. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, because I know he had my mom stored in his phone as mother-in-law. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the Karen calling my mother. But I'm like, you know, it ain't, she ain't doing that. Sure enough, my mom got off that phone. Aaron! Well, I don't think, she didn't really yell at me. She just questioned me. And I was just so shook up. And she was just like, you know, she just told me everything that I already knew happened, but my mom knows now. She told me, and it was like, there was no denying it. There was pictures, there was text, there was, now the mother of Light Skin is calling my mom, confirming everything. Once my mom confronted me, I ran away. I didn't run far, because we lived in a complex, but there was two sides to the complex. We lived on one side, my sister lived on the other side. So I ran to my sister's house, and I had to tell her as well. But then again, you know, these people I grew up with, they knew growing up, you know, just how I was as a person. And it wasn't really like something that I felt like I needed to hide, but it wasn't something that I felt like I just should just shout out to the world, you know, like, because it's nobody's business, honestly. I still feel that way. So I ran away to my sister's house. I didn't come back home for like 2 days because I was just like so afraid of how my mom was going to react. So I was just like, let me just stay over here. I'm going to give my mom some time to process everything. And, you know, the next day she called me, and she was just like, I'm your mother. I always knew. And she was, you know, the spiel, like, I'll always love you. You're my son no matter what, you know, no matter what you like or whatever. Which is a little comforting, but then in the back of my mind, I'm just like, damn, she just gonna look at me differently. Like, she's not gonna treat me the same. That's just how I felt. But, you know, honestly, I think it brought us closer. Because she did always know. But I feel like it brought us closer because now it's like, you know, I didn't really have to hide who I really was. And, you know, it took a while. It took some time to like adjust to. But in the long run, I think like today, I know it makes us closer because we talk about stuff that she probably wouldn't talk to me about if I wasn't the way that I am. So, you know, I love my mom. She's like my best friend. So it was just a lot. And then it was like really confusing, and, you know, I'm still like having feelings for this person, and then I'm not able to converse with this person, so it was a lot. But, you know, this person was light skinned, found a way to come to me. I think, like, light skinned, I know I got out of school earlier. So it was one day I came home from school. I was driving. I drove back home from school, and light skin was sitting outside of my door. Light skin school didn't get out until like an hour and a half after my school. So light skin left school early to be at my house by the time I got home from school to, you know, apologize to me and like things like that. And, you know, I think that honestly brought us closer too, me and light skin. And we still dated a little while after that, but it was something like months and months later that really ended it for us. He was happened to sneak to see me, but we would still see each other. Like, it was like after he left school early and came to me that one time, it was like he did it for like a week straight, just talking and like just trying to like help me through it, because, you know, I was taking it hard because I wasn't ready, and I felt like it was stripped away from me to actually have that conversation with my mom, because she told my mom, and I wasn't able to, like, you know, do it on my own. I was kind of like forced into it, and I still feel like she took that away from me. And the killer part about it is she told my mother but she didn't tell light skin's dad. So I'm like, you out and meeting my mom, but you're not even gonna tell. Like, it didn't make no sense to me at that time, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm low-key emotional talking about this, and I didn't think I would be, because it's like so old, but like reliving it, like actually going through in detail about everything, it's kind of like, it kind of make me sad, and it kind of make me frustrated all over again. Because like, who the fuck were you to tell my business to my mom, and you ain't even tell this nigga dad? I don't know. But years later, I actually met her, because like when me and light skin were just friends, like I used to come over to their house and I used to stay the night at their house because, you know, she already knew about her son. So it wasn't nothing crazy. Because we were so close and we were friends for so long, and we've been through that, and we like were each other's shoulder to lean on through that situation. And then we moved to LA as friends, you know, nothing romantic. I promise to God, nothing romantic at all. You know, we both were dating. We both, like, we literally talk on the phone, like, all the time. We talk about business ventures. We talk about, you know, our relationships. Like, we vent to each other. We cry to each other. Like, we were really legit friends. So it, like, blew my mind that my stuff came up missing when we went to LA. And that wasn't, like, the first trip that we went on. So it was, like, really hurtful to me. I was just so hurt because I'm like, we've been through so much together. And we've been there for each other through so much. And I know so much about him, and he knows so much about me. But me, I'm not the person that's going to be vindictive and, you know, spill beans and stuff and try to ruin your life or anything like that. Because I've had opportunities to crush this person. And I didn't do it. Because I'm just like, you know, that's not my character. And I feel like, you know, karma is going to get you worse than I can do. Because, you know, I know that I was a real, true, genuine friend to you. At this point, I'm growing in life, and, you know, there's sometimes I be wanting to call light skin and say, hey, you know, like, this is what I got going on, because, like, that's what we did. Like, if something good, we pick up the phone, we call each other, and we like, yeah, this, you know, this is going on. I got this business venture, or I got this idea, or I'm about to start doing this, or, you know, let's do a trip, let's go here, let's do that. You know, like, that's the kind of friendship that we had. So sometimes I still do want to call, but, you know, I just know, like, sometimes you just outgrow people. God removed those people from your life for a reason. And I have to remind myself that. And I have to trust that God has better people for me in my future. Friends and relationships and, you know, things like that. So, I didn't think that this video would be this long. But, you know, it's my true life. And, you know, I can't be ashamed of who I am, or I can't be ashamed of what I've been through. So, you know, I feel like I'm being vulnerable and I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of other people may have gone through similar situations, or, you know, are figuring out ways to, you know, really fully embrace themselves and be their true authentic self without judgment. And you're going to be judged regardless, whether you are one way or another. So just be you and have fun and live your life, because people are going to judge you and people are going to say things about you regardless. So don't care about what people think about you. Just go out, live your life, live your truth, and just be you. And with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. And I love you all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't, and if you are, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video, which will be soon because your boy come with the content. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.